HCCRP. Now, it look like the disaster that will start early. And just yesterday, I tell them that Spanish Town is looking like it's heading back to the bad old days. We see a video start to appear on social media. 87s, a rundown man, a shoot man, broad daylight in the middle of Spanish Town. I'm telling you about the Mark and the Wassy war. Well, this is a continuation of that. That video remind me of the days when the Spanish Town bus park used to look like some kind of old-time western show. Shooting after shooting, 2 a day, 3 a day, picnic and go to school, complete disaster. I'm going to tell you all about it. But I'm going to also talk about the facts then. The main violence producers. A man will either bust case multiple times or they're on bail. This is turning into a complete farce. Matter of fact, let me take that back. It's already a farce. Now just in case you need a refresher for how foolish this war is, I'm telling you where it starts. Again, a simple car in a road. Right. Man I tell man say for move car. People feel disrespected. That is how it starts. Mark, right, a man in an argument over moving car out a road. That is what kickstart the chain of events that lead up to where you see happening in Spanish Town. Now, the video is all over the place. Couple of the usual pages them have it, but I posted it on Patreon as well as the courthouse where they're on fire where you saw hear about. Right, but we don't actually get to see the man them and kill the youth them in the middle of Spanish Town. So, dispute over car in a road, you're a bad man who you think you are, man run go for man, next thing you know, be a father start dead, back and forth. 2 men will sit on the screen, 2 of them father dead. You 2 sit on the left, that's Mark. Some people know him as Thomas. Normally 87 have a name like Killer, Quenga, Dopey Maker, something like that. This youth have 2 of the most ordinary names you'll ever hear for your Apex 87. Mark and Thomas. But don't make the name fool you. This youth is a relic of the Sus and Bingy them days. And from them time they him kill people. Matter of fact, speaking about Bingy, the same Mark where you see us, the same man who caused problem in 2022, when I go hear the role where him play in the Bingy killing. The one on the right, that's Wassy. Man then kill Mark father, Mark 87 them go back or kill Wassy father. People think say it should have stay on John's Road. People think say it should be confined to a small area. But that's not how gang wars operate. Gang wars have the ability to balloon very quickly. Now, it starts to draw in the broader one other gang. So now Mark and Femboy them basically take on Wassy and most of one another. Mark, I guess you can consider him a freelance 87. At one point, he linked with man from clans, he linked with man from one another. Now, he not take the talk from nobody. So, you know say, when 87s kill, them actually get more confident, them actually get bolder. Ever since Mark start to turn the tides against Wassy them, when them carry off the quadruple murder, and them realize say, people start to go up on the back foot. That make them get even wickeder. That's why them not ease up. Right now, them a carry out shootings after shootings. Even in the same video where you see, right, with the murder by the market. After them kill the man them in the video, them left go around a Joe Blaine or kill man again. 87, them crooks a try run them down. Him have gun in a hand a chase mark them. Police now responding to the original shooting. Go see, Crooks are run with gun. So guess what? Crooks was killed. So 87 and 87 I get ready for square up and police arrive in the nick of time, but a Crooks dead. So mark them get way. Even though people drop like fly in a Spanish Town, 87 kill a bag of people, including shooting and injuring random civilians who just happen to be wrong place, wrong time. The people them start protest on Block Road. Out of everybody who gets shot, out of everything that happened in a Spanish town that day, do you know who the people in protest on Black Road for? Crooks. The 87 would have run with Feud gun and Feud man because him and mark them now I go show them and police interrupted and them kill the Crooks. Crooks are one other youth, known 87. So in time when they see the road back go on, that's what was happening. They weren't protesting for the fact that Spanish town turned a dopey town again. They weren't protesting any of the innocent civilians who get caught up in the crossfire. They weren't protesting for the fact that all of them market there and the vendor them and the higgler them and them people there have to lock down early because the war start. People can't pay them trade. People can't make them money. And at times like these, business people and vendors and man who have them stall and them little thing there, right, can't afford to miss out on no sale. But because the war start back, they have to lock up early and run me. But nobody not protest them. They might protest for Crooks. Another individual who did, a youth named Mackerel, is also a known 87. So, a COB, 87s a war 87. Police killed one of the 87 men. But innocent civilians were caught in the crossfire. People pick up stray rounds. Based on what we are here, it sounds like say you're going to survive. Fortunately. This time, it look like things never lead to no funeral for a random civilian. But what about next time? Spanish town, back to its old ways. Now after Crooks dead, we tell us that the people them start Black Road and thing. Some of them decide say them a go burn down the old courthouse. We light it on fire. In a way that is symbolic, criminals and their sympathizers lighting courthouse on fire. Because, as we know, courthouse all across Jamaica continue to unleash these same mass murderers back on the streets. Modern day Jamaican scribes and Pharisees clearly have a vested interest in the place remaining exactly how it is now. That is the reality we all have to face. If you don't know who scribes and Pharisees are, use the same phone where you use to check up on celebrity gossip and do your own research. Now, sticking to Spanish town, we just hear say, a 87 by the name of Damien was recently arrested. Police lock him up. Damien just touch back the road and start shoot and kill people already. Do you know how recent me attack? Well, you remember when time 5 Klansmen did walk from the same anti-gang trial when we talked about yesterday, when time Red Paul did walk from the earlier batch when it was like 60 of them. When it come down to 33, 5 of them did walk. 1 out of the 5 was a youth named Damien. That youth, police just catch him with gun. The man will just bust the anti-gang case. You would swear say, when man bust case like that, then take a deep sigh of relief and say, me not involved in this again no, cause me don't want to face back no court. Well, guess what? Them not no problem facing back no court because them know it is very likely they're going to walk. Even if them get locked up for a small amount of time, they might bust the case. 87 in Jamaica are confident. They know how weak the justice system is. They know that the odds are in their favor. Even when time the prosecution turn up with 2 witnesses we've never seen the likes of. But then again, sometimes your favorite prosecution turn up a court and can't even charge people for the right thing. It's a complete joke. Damien, I just in a me, the man them walk, as the man him touch road. The youth named Baby Killer, as him touch road, he gone back on it. Some of them 87 yeah, must love man, because even the one them will go jail for a period of time and lock up in a cell with man for how long, as them touch road is like they miss the jail cell. It's like they miss the man them in a jail cell and want to go back and lock up with man in that cell. You would swear that people will just lock up with man, can't see eagle eye for how long, when them finally touch road, bust case even though them do the murder. You would think say, them say well, after just spending a year or 2 with no eagle eye, Me no want nobody come call me about no badness, you know. I don't even want to hear the word bad. Me convinced enough of them 87 and a love woman. All me for do 3-4 years of jail. Or in a remand. Bus case. Touchback road. And within no time, me get locked up again. Gone and shooting. If me are 87 and me get Lego, you not see me on the road for at least 10 years. Because me need to make up for all the eagle eye with me miss out pan. So when time people say, where P there? You go up on apps. Call him. Phone ring. You not getting the answer. Because me just spend 2-3 years of remand. So me need 2-3 years of eagle eye to make up for last time. No man not call me. But them 87 yeah, they must love man. You can't convince me otherwise. You come like say them vex when them down road. Them vex when them on freedom. Them vex when they can't see a one eagle eye walk past them. Them no want that. I sell them one lock up now. Now speaking about bail, I was reading the Observer. I must say something where, even by Jamaican defense lawyer standards, I couldn't believe that people can't so dry eye. As you can see on your screen, Jamaica's crime chief is rejecting recent criticism by several defense attorneys that the police have no evidence to support their claim that accused individuals, when released on bail, use the freedom to commit other crimes. Fitz Bailey mentioned that, and this is a few words, when you talk about data, we have overwhelming data to support what we are saying. In other words, if I see a man get bail, end up go up on the road, get charged again for other crimes. Who would have this data? The Jamaica Bar Association or the police? How can the defense lawyers in Jamaica be telling the police who have that data say there is no evidence for supporting it like that? When time of the police would have the data. I don't even have to go back years. If you remember a case, we can just go back last week. Your favorite producer, what was he out on when he picked up the murder charge? Triple murder charge? That's right, bail. Lazarus, the one that dead in the car with the 2 other youth them. What was he out on when him dead? Bail. One of the youth them who has been doing a lot of damage with Mark is a youth named Boxer. Now, guess what Boxer is wanted for? Absconding bail. Yes, the same Boxer that is now going around with Mark and shoot people left, right and center. He was actually involved in the same shooting in Spanish Town what I talked about earlier. I mean, what are these people saying? It's the same story. A man with bus case, touch back road and start kill again. Or a man with on bail, touch back road and start kill again. For defense lawyers come out come say that the police have no evidence to support them claim. Say, enough man with on bail, end up go right back to shooting. That is extraordinary. And speaking about defense lawyers, I notice almost daily now we are see your favorite big shot lawyers in your favorite papers. The mainstream media consistently have them, speaking their 2 cents. That's fine. But I have a question for the mainstream media. Would you not go ask them something the people of Jamaica actually care about their answer with? Because, let me let you in a secret. Every time the Jamaican people hear your favorite defense lawyers talk, that's nothing to do with no humanitarian effort. We don't believe you. But, since they're in the media so much, since your favorite newspapers have such a good relationship with your favorite defense attorneys, when are they going to ask them to speak on the issues that we actually want to hear them talk about? For example, when we heard and see your favorite celeb drop a Jamaica, pick up gun charge, and when they were talking about the incident, mention that before them even reach a court, the judge and the lawyer done link already, and that same individual got a favorable result in court. A result so favorable, it is downright impossible to get a better deal. The only way that person could get a better deal is if they were found not guilty. Oh, you don't remember? Let me remind you. Listen up.
Mind you, this no shade, but my lawyer, he had me wire him $50,000, the court fee, Jamaican money, only came out to $5,000. He kept all that money. They didn't reimburse me. He did send back $4,000, but I just had to take that L. But I'm glad that I'm out. I'm back in the States. But I had to just take a big old elbow. But I wired the money as soon as they told me the fee. I wired him the money. This before we even went to court. But he was saying he already had everything already lined up with the judge and stuff. This before we even went to court. But he was saying he already had everything already lined up with the judge and stuff. This before we even went to court. But he was saying he already had everything already lined up with the judge and stuff.
So since all these defense lawyers and the Jamaica Bar Association is so frequent in the media, make them address that. It's not like say they are known for being quiet on issues. Address the issue that some of us really want to know about. How the lawyer and the judge work out something because the woman sent 50,000 US and only get back a small piece of it. Lawyer and judge don't link already and no courthouse. No start. Court is not in session. When is the Jamaican media going to start asking their friends to answer these questions? This is the problem with Jamaica, and this is why hardly anything get fixed. Ask these lawyers who want to keep bringing on the papers every day to explain what go on there so. Some of us want to know because it sounds like quote-unquote justice is for sale. For the video done, one more thing, because I will put things more on talk about. Sticking to the Klansman trial, I find it truly extraordinary. Because enough of these things, I wait till the trial done to really bring them up. But to how things are look right now, the wheels are fall off, so might as well just go straight into dissecting this case. You are telling me that the trial of the century, the biggest gang trial in Jamaican and Caribbean history, all the decisions are being made by one man. Not a jury, not a panel of judges, but one man. I don't care how smart that one man is. I don't care how great that him can have the powers for turn bag juice into wine. There is no way one man can sit down and listen to so much information from so much different defendants, so much prosecution, so much lawyers, and process all of that and come to a decision with 30 odd people. It's impossible. There's no way one man can do all of that. That need either a jury or a panel of judges. You talk about an original number of about 50 to 60 people, and you're telling me that one man can sit down and listen to case being presented against 50 people. Then he cut down to 33. Then he cut down to 28. That's not possible. I don't care who you are. A court case can be overwhelming when it's one defendant. Let me say that again. A court case can be overwhelming if it's just one defendant. If you've ever sat through a court case, if you've ever done jury duty, if you've ever just in the courthouse when time it go down, or even up on the stand, you would realize the amount of information you have to take in one day. Even if your brain is an Apple MacBook, even if your brain is Windows 15 when they make it, you cannot process all of that. So the fate of the gang trial of the century is down to just one man. You see, if it was a jury or a panel of judges, then maybe somebody could further explain why you don't want to charge your star witnesses. Maybe another learned judge will say, well, I've been on several of these cases and they don't charge the witness because if you charge the witness, then he's going to be deterred from helping the case. Just one man. But I realize in Jamaica, based on the title you have, you are infallible. Whenever you ask people, say, yo, how that work? That don't make no sense. People respond by telling you somebody's title. What do you mean? Don't you know he's the Chief Justice? Don't you know she's a lawyer? Don't you know he's a doctor? People just throw them titles. It no matter what them do. Them could have come out and say 2 plus 2 equal 10. And you say, hold on, 2 plus 2 don't equal 10. Somebody go jump up. What do you mean? Who do you think you are? Don't you know he's a lawyer? Don't you know he's the head of this department of the University of the West Indies? So, if he says 2 plus 2 is 10, then 2 plus 2 is 10. Who do you think you are? Who are you? Oh, you're a higgler? You're a higgler. Exactly. So you think a higgler know more than a lawyer? You think a higgler know more than the head of this department? Them kill you with title. No matter how silly the decision is, no matter how wrong them is, I'm kill every title. But good thing me accept my title, which is a little YouTuber. Anyway, Patreon Squad, big up on yourself. Yeah, you don't know, more life. Vulture Squad, stay circling. Bless.